What is up, Russell?
What's going on, Mr. Rob?
Not much, man. A lovely Tuesday.
Oh, always a lovely Tuesday, man. How's the weather over there? Cold?
It's dropping. It's 43 right now.
Oh, well, it's 67 in good old Clarksville, Tennessee.
Well, they all can't be winners, and Denver is not a winner right now.
Yeah, and it's going to be next Tuesday we'll be announcing a winner.
We will. Well, I don't know if we're going to be announcing it, but
yeah, probably not.
We can guess.
It'd be Bill Cosby. No, not Bill Cosby.
No, I don't. I think didn't he get canceled like 12 times in a row?
Okay, well, what about Louis C.K.?
Got canceled.
Ooh.
Tried it. He did a comeback tour, but I don't know how that worked out for him.
OJ.
Dead.
Oh, so him and Nicole are back together again.
They're reunited. But do you know OJ Simpson? Man, that dude could run.
Run. And then he also can murder some people and not get caught.
But he could run.
Mm-hmm. And he can go really fast in a white Bronco.
Or really slow.
Oh yeah, that was pretty fucking slow.
It's like
that thing was like, yeah, you're right. That was pretty slow.
I don't remember it going
you're right.
Like as a high speed chase.
And how many?
I know that was like around the time of like crazy high speed chase. Everything was a high speed chase that they showed on TV.
Mm-hmm.
They used to have like Brandon and I used to watch a show called America's Dumbest Criminals.
Oh, great show.
Yeah. Well, I just remember us like specifically trying to watch it at like 2 a.m. or whenever it came on.
There's a show on Max called On Florida Man, and it's a comedy thing, but they reenact
just crazy shit that happens in Florida.
Yeah, and it just started, and one of them actually Simon Rex. He's on the second episode. He plays a man whose arm was bit off by an alligator and survived in the fucking swamps for 2 days.
Dirt nasty.
Yep. So, but anywho, yep. Anyway, so check this shit out, man. There was one day I went to lunch. I went to Hardee's.
Out here, Carl's Jr.
Yep. And for some reason, I feel like I can tell the difference, but whatever.
So is your Hardee's, the Hardee's in Clarksville, did they put the burrito place in it?
The Reds or whatever?
So yours was a red burrito. Ours out here is a green burrito.
Well, they're different, Carl's Jr. gets the green. Hardee's gets the red. But I don't believe both of them. I think only one of the locations may have. I could be wrong. But
whatever.
So
you went to Carl's Hardee's.
I went to Hardy Carl's, and I got some lunch there with my girlfriend at the time. Her name will be Lorraine, and so we go there. Yeah,
that's a real name. I thought you were gonna like make a fake name up.
I mean, it could be a fake name.
Because I'm gonna call you out, and you're gonna come up with a fake name for the second when I could bring something up a little bit. I promise you.
Oh, okay. Anywho, so we go there, we eat. Well, then we go. I had some time. I go to Goodwill. And we're walking around looking at some stuff, and I started feeling really queasy at the time. I'm like, what the fuck, man? So I run into the dressing room. Blow chunks in the dressing room. There is a towel hanging up, or like a shirt hanging up on the wall. I just take the shirt, wipe my mouth, and I throw it in the thing and shut the door, and just leave. And I feel sorry for whoever had to find that.
Man, you're a dick.
I mean, that's nothing compared to some of the shit I have done. But we'll talk about those down the road some days.
Oh man, you know, Shelly, when she used to work at Kohl's, she used to like say all the disgusting shit that people would do in the dressing rooms. But
When did she work there?
Kohl's?
Yeah.
Before we got married, while we were married, our first year, and then she worked there in Florida for I don't know how long. I want to say like 6 months, but basically they said that she couldn't go on vacation, and she put in her notice. Said, "Okay, well, bye."
Was that her last?
She worked at Kohl's when it opened. She opened Kohl's.
That used to be
Clarksville.
Sam's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, was that her last like actual job?
No, I mean, what do you mean?
I mean, like working maybe besides like working for Busch Gardens. Is like she have like or never mind. I guess she has worked at other places. I thought she was always like independent after that, like
No,
doing her
man,
own
she
thing.
She worked at the college that I worked at.
Yeah, and then I remember then the old people's.
Yeah, she worked for the state of Colorado.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah, she had a couple more jobs too.
Good job.
Yeah, way to go, Russ.
Yeah, that's me paying attention in life.
Yeah. All right, dude. So your birthday is coming up next Thursday.
Yeah, week away.
How old are you going to be? 49?
Sure.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, when you said sure, like, all right. So you're 49. I am 46. My birthday's not till June, and I'll be 47. So you're 2.5 years older than me.
Yeah. Because I'll be 50 next year.
Okay. In 25. 50 and 25. See what I did there? See what I did there? All right. So I remember meeting you, like skateboarding, and then meeting you at a hotel.
You great!
Probably don't remember that.
Yeah, I do. Actually, I remember more of that evening than you know.
Oh, really?
Because when you came into the room, I'm laying in the bed looking at the wall, and you guys are trying to get me to get up and come party next door, right?
I mean, I guess you could say party next door. I don't know.
I mean, I was already partied. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I was pretty fucked up. But go ahead.
No. You. What else? What do you remember?
There was more that evening. No, go ahead. Back to your thing. You were gonna. There was a girl. Who was the girl I was with? Snooky.
Snandy Bettle.
Oh yeah, gotcha. Okay, go ahead.
So, but then the time that like we like really hung out, the first time we ever really hung out, what do you remember?
Well, hold on a second real quick. So that night it was like me and her, and I believe maybe Jamie Martin. Well, I guess we won't say everyone's names. Eric and Brandon. I can't remember Brandon. Anyway, Brandon and Eric, I kicked them out of the hotel room. Blah blah blah. I didn't want to be with it around anyone or something. Being me at that time, and they ended up staying down at the billboards, and the hotel got robbed. That was over there by the billboards, off of that road there by Burger King.
Okay.
Well, the cops pull them out. The cops go down there because they're looking for these guys that ran that way, and they thought it was them. And they had got questioned or whatever, and they had to come back to the hotel, and I had to say, hey, yeah, they were here, and I had to do the time and all this stuff because they thought they were the ones that had robbed this hotel. And I'm like, no, bro, it wasn't them. And Eric will never lets me forget that instance. But anyway, so the first time I recall us hanging out, I'm going to believe, and I'm probably wrong, but this is just what I recall, the traveling show.
Yep.
Whose house was it at first?
Some girl I went to high school with.
There was a show there. Neighbors called the cops. They had to pack up everybody in the band, and then we went over to Dave's house over Dunbar Cave, and the show
Yes.
continued there. On did they play on the deck or something? Yeah.
Yeah. Played on the deck. But so this is what I was thinking of. You and I went to the gas station.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Two great things were bought that night.
What was that? Private stock?
And Benson and Hedges Ultralight 100s.
Menthol 100s.
Oh, I fucked that up. Benson and Hedges Ultralight Menthol 100. Whatever. Fucking whatever. There's a lot of words there.
Both of us, I mean, you've probably said it more, but I've always said it as a joke over the last.
But it was, yeah. And
I was 16 at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was 30 years ago.
Yeah. And I was buying those cigarettes for Sandy Metal.
Yeah. So, and I was buying beer.
Mm-hmm. For me.
For you.
I was 20.
So I would have been 17.
Okay. Or you just turned 18 and I was about to be fucking whatever. Go ahead. Back to your story.
No, so it was about me having a fake ID.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I was thinking of your birthday coming up and trying to figure out how old you were. This is literally today. I was like, okay, is Russ?
Wait a second. You're 46, right? Currently, you're 46, right? And I'm 48.
I was born in 1978.
Okay,
so yes,
3 years apart. So 2.5 years, like you said.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you could have been 18 and I could have been 20. About to be 21.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going with that.
Yeah. So I was just trying to figure it out because I was like, all right, I had a fake ID.
Mm-hmm. I never had one of those.
So I got the fake ID to buy cigarettes. So at the time, and when I say fake ID, like this was so long ago, I don't have a problem saying it. I'm not going to say names.
Do you still have the fake ID?
Nah, no.
Okay. I know I know the person.
Yeah. So me and a guy I worked with, who shared the same first name, which was really convenient. He was tired of me asking him to go buy cigarettes at work because, like, I didn't have a problem buying them most places in Clarksville. I don't know that I really ever got turned around in Clarksville, but we worked on a military base. Mm-hmm. So they were IDing everyone.
That was ballsy too, bro. Have a fake ID to use it on base.
But here's the thing. It wasn't. So he got tired of me asking him, and then he wanted me to start hanging out with him. Like there's a comedy club on post, and then like other stuff that you could get into when you're 18, but I wasn't 18 at the time.
And he was only a few years. He's about my age, right?
He's your age, didn't?
Yeah.
I think he went to school with you, didn't he?
No, we didn't go to the same school.
Oh no, he went to you went to the east, he went to the west.
Yep.
But anyway, he was like, "Hey man, I'm going to give you my Social Security card and my paycheck stub, and you're going to go down and get you a driver's license." I was like, "Excuse me?" He's like, "Just tell me you lost everything. You got your Social Security card and a paycheck stub." I was scared shitless. I was like, "Okay." So he's with me. He's sitting out in the lobby. I go do the check-in thing. I just, tell him, "Hey, I lost it. Here's this. They take my photo. This is back when it wasn't digital. It was like they actually took a fucking photo that they had to develop, I guess it was a Polaroid. And then they had to cut that thing out and then laminate it and blah, 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 blah. Your name was like on a sign, I think, at that point. I don't know. So I go through the whole process. I'm waiting. And as soon as like I'm like almost up, I can feel it. Like I can feel it's come out of the little laminator or whatever. A girl I literally go to high school with fucking works there
At the DMV?
at the DMV.
Nice.
I mean, I guess you could, she was like
Maybe
came
intern
back
or
from lunch. Yeah, this was when it was back over by Austin P. Right
I
next
know.
to Austin P. Yeah.
Yep. See,
So she worked there. She literally comes back, punches in, comes back, and grabs the first ID, and she's like, Rob. And I fucking just sweating bullets because I'm like, if she looks at that last name and looks at that face, she's gonna know. She's gonna throw me in jail. I'm gonna fucking go down. She's fucking hands me the ID. And I'm like, thanks. And she's like, I'll see you tomorrow or see you after the summer, something. I don't, she said something to indicate that we were still in high school, but I was only 20 in that ID.
But see, here's the thing. Maybe she did not know your last name. She just knew your first name,
I don't even know her name. I don't think I knew her name at that point. So yeah, no, totally. But in my 17-year-old brain or 16-year-old brain, fucking crazy.
So when I was in Cali, when I was smoking at that time, I knew all the gas stations where I can go when I didn't have it to show an ID.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd get off the bus, go to the gas station right by the bus station, because I had to take, when I went to school, I took the city bus because where I lived. I'd go and because all the kids knew what gas stations they can go buy. So you would just ask,
Right.
hey, man, where can I go buy cigarettes? And be like, down here,
like the gas station I used to work at.
Yeah, so I'd go there and get my Newports, because I smoked Newports and shit. And I did that all the way up until I moved to Tennessee. And when I moved to Tennessee, I quit smoking cigarettes because I didn't know where to go at that time. I mean, I could have figured it out, found someone to buy me some smokes or something, but I just quit at that time. And I really never smoked after that. But, I mean, we had, when I was going to school, we had, the smoking section for high school and shit. Everybody goes to
in California.
They called it the stoner area where all the stoner dudes smoked, but it was like all the rocker dudes and shit. So it's like all this long haired dudes over there on there. But and then the truancy officer was like, "All right, time to come in. Let's go, everybody." But I don't know that now you can't even fucking bring a cigarette into school. Well, I guess vapes into school, right?
But, yeah, I used to just
you just go smoke in your car, right?
Yeah, I'd just go to I mean, you weren't supposed to.
No.
But I just would just go out there, and then the fucking school cop was, I don't know, he was it was like his first year doing it, I think. And he would just like come up and find me in my first period of class and be like, Flattery. Like, what? What did I do? Why are you trying to get me down? Stupid shit or whatever. And he'd be like, I can see your cigarettes. And I'd be like, all right, I'll put them up when I go smoke a cigarette or something. I would say shit like that. And he'd be like, your pager, because you're not allowed to have pagers. And I'd be like, you don't see anything. I never got in trouble for any of that, which I probably should have, but
Was your truancy officer?
I shouldn't have because it's fucking stupid, but.
Was your truancy officer a police officer or was
sheriff's deputy?
So it was actually somebody. Okay,
and he married a girl in my class, like after it.
Because see, my truancy officer when I was in Cali, it was just like it was basically like
somebody's mom or something.
No, like a counselor or something like that. Like somebody hired by the school system for each school. They would have people, and they'd have their little walkie-talkies and shit, So when we would skip class, they would they could only chase us for so far, but then they'd be like, God, we got the runners, whatever. which I always
Yeah,
skipped school and
we
shit.
had a resource officer who was like a cop, and then I want to say that happened. Like we got him while I was in high school, if that makes sense. Like,
so yeah, it just started when you were there. Like it just started. I got you.
Yeah, like maybe my junior year. Like maybe we had him like my junior and senior year.
Let me ask you this question: when you were going to school,
But I could be wrong.
You were saying you had to hide your cigarettes, but but then you had these dudes, the guys that would go hunting in the morning, that would go straight to school, that would have their guns in the back of the rack of their truck, and that's
So
okay.
My junior and senior year, that's when it changed, dude. And it was
Oh,
before.
really?
Yeah. So Kevin Monroe, do you remember Kevin?
Yep, I remember Kevin.
He got in trouble for having like a BB gun.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he got like kicked out of school.
Yeah, I remember because when I was at Northeast my senior year, I
had a BB gun in my car all the time.
Oh, yeah,
you know the BB gun.
You have all kinds of shit in that car, but now I remember, when I first saw that, I was like, because we had a back parking lot where everyone would drive would go. Obviously, it wasn't me. I was catching a ride, but my buddy Joe, rest in peace, Joe. Anywho,
Russ, right arm tan Russ.
Yeah. No, so I saw it was a blue pickup truck, and it had the gun mounts in the window, and it had two guns in the thing. I was like, what the fuck? And they're like, yeah, man, it's okay. I'm like, all right, cool.
So I remember like my freshman and sophomore year, because I rode to school with just a few random different people, like Kevin Kelly my sophomore year. But my freshman year, I'd catch rides with different people. But I always remember the ag guys, the future farmer guys.
Yeah.
They always had like shotguns in the back of their truck.
Yeah.
And it was not a big deal.
Nope, none of that was.
In California, did they have that, or they just people didn't hunt?
I mean, they did. They did, but not where I would like. Not it wouldn't be like where you go hunting and then come to school at the same time. I would.
Right.
I never saw any of that. But we had like.
Yeah, because people would go hunting before like class.
Yeah, the only thing I remember is that like when I was like in sixth grade, and this was actually before sixth grade, but I remember this because there's this guy. His name was Doug Dong. It was his first name was Doug. His last name was Dong. No shit. Anywho, we would sit.
Doug Dong?
Yeah, we would sit outside his bedroom window because his bedroom faced the bus stop. And there's like fucking 100 of us at this bus stop and shit. And, there'd be some of us up there outside his bedroom playing fucking Mike Tyson's Punch Out and shit, or, one of those games. And he would go fishing before school sometimes. So he'd come into school, man, just smelling like fucking fish. Because he would go straight from fishing and then go right to school. And, I was like, I mean, that's the closest I ever got to that.
And you weren't like by the beach or anything, right?
Yeah.
California?
Oh, bro. I mean, yeah, totally. Like,
did people like surf before class?
We didn't have any surfing classes, like because this is when I was going.
No, I just meant like, did like people go surf before?
Not because I went to military school on base, so
okay.
You know what I'm saying? So no, but I mean the schools around, I'm sure maybe especially Santa Cruz, which was right up the street, but the closest we had was a skateboarding before school, but like I say, that was the closest thing I ever seen with like the guys, fishing before school.
I'm trying to think. What we would go to Don's Donuts before school. That's what I would do. Me and Jeff. You remember Jeff?
Mm-hmm. We would go to Subway.
Before?
Yeah. See,
open?
Or Taco Bell, because Taco Bell was serving breakfast back then, and Subway was serving breakfast back then. But this was like 91, 92, and this is in Cali, and they were Burger King. Taco Bell was selling breakfast back then in Cali. Okay. Like every day, I get off the first bus. I go with my couple dollars. I get
your short bus.
No, I get off there and go get my my 2 burritos, and I go across the street to the gas station that was that not in service, but they had a Barks root beer machine. It looked like what you would see like in a commercial. You're driving down a fucking deserted fucking desert, and then you see this abandoned fucking gas station, but there's a fucking soda machine, like an RC Cola or something, but it's with a Barks. And I go get my Barks for 50 cents, and I drink my Barks and eat my burritos while waiting for my next bus to take me to school. But that was pretty cool. But that's what we do in the morning. We either hang out at Subway, Burger King, Frosty Freeze. You know,
What time did school start for you?
I
high
would
school.
8.
Is that, I can't remember. I always thought it was like around 7:30, but maybe it was 8. I don't know.
I mean, in Clarksville, I think I started school at 7:30 because I remember I had to catch the bus at like 6:45 or something. But in California,
what time did I like show up at your house?
I don't know, after my mom left, because you'd be like, "Hey, your mom's gone," and then I'd be like, and I'd always be like, she. And in my head, I'm like, why? She wouldn't care, but we didn't know. Anywho, but yeah, that's
you never said that.
I mean, but I didn't think about it either, you know. And then we'd go do our things. But no, in California, man, I would skip.
I learned
school.
way more hanging out with you doing stupid shit than I would have ever learned in school. I promise you.
Yeah, but what you learned from me was probably nothing smart.
You know,
you learned what not to do with hanging out with me. No, when I was skipping school when I lived in California, I found out one day that the school district couldn't call my house because we lived basically long distance. We lived in another county, I guess you'd say. So they couldn't call long distance because the automated system wouldn't dial 1. So once I found that out, Russ never went to school. Always skipping. I would go hang out at the radio station that I used to work at, and they didn't care. So I'd go do fucking drive around town in the radio, in the 4Runner they had. We'd go do like remotes or give out stuff or do whatever. And I just hung out with those dudes. Never went to school. Hated it, but whatever. What's some crazy shit? What's some other crazy shit? What's the craziest shit that you did in elementary school?
Elementary school. Crazy shit? I don't know. What kind of crazy shit do you do in elementary school? I mean, all right, Russ, you tell me and maybe I'll try to, like, I don't even know what elementary. I mean,
okay, check this.
I forget that 4th and 5th grade, like 5th grade, if I have like a best year of like school ever, 5th grade, man. 5th grade was fucking 5th grade. Me and Derek Baggett were best friends. We like Boy Scouts, hanging out all the time. We went to Minglewood, which you used to live behind. It was their first year as a school, so
really
the 5th graders. What? Yeah.
So that was that's a newer. That at that time that was a newer school. Interesting.
Yeah, because we went to Woodlawn before, so like I went Woodlawn kindergarten through 4th grade, and then 5th grade. 5th grade's like the only grade that I remember liking ever.
I remember one day I don't know if it was like 3rd grade or 4th grade. No, it wasn't 4th grade because I was on the other side of the building. Anywho, we were outside and we get told to stay in the classroom because there is a man on the loose. No, there is a white van driving around the neighborhood. And now this is on base. So it's driving around the neighborhood on base. So everybody needs to stay inside. So when we finally go outside, I don't know where the rumor started, but we're kids. Kids have fucking crazy imaginations. We're like, someone started saying, Jack the Ripper's loose. There's Jack the Ripper. He's in the woods over there, right? So we're all like freaking out because somebody saw Jack the Ripper, right? What the fuck? I don't know why we thought Jack the Ripper. Or who said it?
Because you're in bloody London.
Yeah, we didn't fucking know. We were fucking elementary school kids, but we're like fucking Jack the Ripper. So we're all like screaming. And we got the teachers thinking there's someone in the fucking woods that's looking at us. So we got all the teachers freaking out. They tell us to go back in the classroom. It was just a big ordeal, man. It was like, why would we think because we heard the van was going around, because that's one of the things that we would worry about when we were kids, the van.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently Jack the Ripper was driving the van. I don't fucking know. It was weird shit, but whatever.
Well,
Um,
so I don't remember. Like, I particularly did not like elementary school except for fifth grade.
oh,
Fifth
I
grade was
loved elementary
awesome.
school. I had a good time.
Oh no, man! I didn't like
Like,
any of it.
um, I had
Sans fifth grade.
I had good time when I was going to elementary school on base, because I went to first, second, and third, or K to 3 at two different elementary schools, and then I went through third, fourth, fifth at another elementary school, and that school was cool, man. I had a bunch of cool teachers. I had my fifth grade teacher. I will always remember this man. I know he's no longer with us. But his name was Mr. Rodriguez. Coolest fucking teacher I've ever had, man. Mr. Rod was cool. That's what we call Mr. Rod. Um, we had he had a farm, and he lived there, and he had like cows and pig, all that shit. I fucking like real farm, had the farmhouse where he lived. Well, he took us there for a field trip one time, man, and it was really fucking cool. Like, he got to show us all that, like how he does what he has to do every morning before he has to come to teach us. So he showed us all the work that he did, like the 2 hours of work that he did before he came to school every morning. I'm like, damn, this dude like did some shit. But he showed us, obviously, like, okay, I go over here, I gotta, I go through the eggs, and I go over here and I gotta feed all the cows, and I gotta feed all the pigs, and I gotta feed all the chickens, and all this stuff. It's like, wow. But that was a cool teacher. He was able to bring us in like monarch butterflies. Like, we got to watch the fucking caterpillars, and then they went and they turned into the cocoon, and then they hatched, and then we let them go and shit, because in that area was is really popular for monarch butterflies. They had in Carmel, or in Monterey, they had a monarch butterfly parade
Festival,
every year,
yeah.
festival parade type thing. And so we got to learn about monarch butterflies. So monarch butterflies are really cool to me, and the cocoons. And there's still, fifth grade, you're watching this fucking, I can't remember the larva, whatever. And then all of a sudden it's just this little thing sits there, and then all of a sudden you see it opening up, and then the fucking wings come out, and then this little fucking butterfly comes out. It's pretty cool, man.
Russ just got real deep.
Well, what I was gonna say was some fucked up shit that I did in elementary school.
Is that why you have the butterfly tattoo on your back?
No, that has your name in it, remember? But no, so this takes me back to fifth grade now. I was going to get to like this crazy, stupid shit that I did, and this story will come back. I'll tell you the future of this story after I tell you this part. So, first off, I'll start off by saying I met this kid in my class. His name was Lloyd.
What's up, Lloyd?
What's up? And I still chat with this guy to today. He works for Bump Box. If you don't, you know what Bump Box is?
Mm-mm.
If not, look at Bump Box. Pretty cool shit. Shout out to Bump Box. Anywho,
you thought you were just gonna tell us what it was.
So they're boom boxes, Bluetooth boom boxes, like boom boxes. Like all the football teams, you'll see them coming out with these bump boxes. Like it's like they're a big brand name. So
nice.
They got everything from like mini speakers that look like pagers, that go like old school pagers. They got them little ones, but they sound good. They got necklaces of boom boxes. They got big fucking boom boxes with like 15 speakers. They got some cool shit. Anyway, back to the story. So this kid Lloyd was in my class, and he's like, I was watching, this motherfucker was drawing like Tony Hawk doing a hand plant on a ramp. Like it looked real, like fifth grade dude.
Lloyd.
He's doing his shit. Anywho, so one day we're all hanging out, all the skater kids, and we go to this kid named Philip's house. And we knock on the door.
I too had a Philip that was a skater kid in the neighborhood.
Well, we knocked on his door and we said, "Hey, man, can Philip come out and come skate with us?" And he comes outside, and we go around the side of the building. He has a skateboard, and we beat him up and steal his skateboard and then leave. Not that he wasn't in our class. So then, of course, the next day at school, Mr. Rod pulls us out. He's like, "Hey, you guys did some messed up things yesterday. You guys have to, you guys need to work this out and apologize. And you guys need to give him back his skateboard." Well, at this time, the skateboard had already been given away to somebody else and taken apart and parts were given out, so we had to fucking find these parts. Anyway, dude got his skateboard back. Anyway, fast forward 20 years, I'm at this bar one night, and I see this dude keep fucking just staring at me. Now, what the fuck is this dude? I go to the bathroom. He follows me into the bathroom, and
that usually doesn't.
no. So
You've told me stories about.
yeah. So anyway,
wrong podcast.
I go out of the bathroom, and he goes, "Hey,
OnlyFans."
He goes, "Hey, Russ," and I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "You know who I am?" And I'm like, "No." He goes, "I'm Philip," and this is in Clarksville now, and this was in California where this elementary school thing. And he's like, "You remember me?" I'm like, "Nah." He goes, "Well, let me refresh your memory. Do you remember in 5th grade, Mr. Rodriguez?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, I remember Mr. Rod, me and Lloyd, and da 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 da." He's like, "Yeah, you and Lloyd came to my house and knocked on my door."
Are you serious? This
I'm
is
like,
true? This is real.
Real life, bro. So
where were you at?
This place called the Lighthouse on the side on Riverside Drive.
Yeah.
So across from anyway. So he said, "You guys come up and then you guys fucking jumped me and took my skateboard. I never forgot that." And in my head, I'm like, "Oh, this fucked this dude up because he's." That's what I was thinking, right? And I'm with
Lighthouse,
and I'm with Slaughter and Dennis. Like I got people and shit, and I'm like,
not in the fucking toilet with you, bro.
No, this like I walked out, and then he stopped me as I was walking out, but he followed me in, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it would have been cooler, right? No,
I thought you were about to get beat up inside the fucking bathroom.
So I'm like, "Hey, man, okay, for content purposes." So there I am in the bathroom. But anyway, so we're talking, and he's like, "Yeah, you guys jumped me, da 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 da," and I'm like, "Hey, man, we was kids, we were stupid, whatever." I said, "Can I buy you a beer?" He's like, "No, I don't need no beer from you. I just wanted to tell you." I was like, "Well, I apologize, man. Shit happens, whatever. We were kids." And then I walk off, and I said, "Man, you guys will never believe what the fuck just happened to me." And they're like, "What?" I was like, "Remember that? You remember that dude I kept staring at me?" They're like, "Yeah." Well, apparently in 5th grade, me and this other dude, so we jumped him and took his skateboard. They're like, "What?" So he was watching me the whole fucking time, right? The whole night. And then he had his brother with him too. So I get home that night, and I called, and I just had gotten contact back in with Lloyd, and I was like, "Bro, you'll never guess what fucking happened." And this is like 2:00 my time, so it's like midnight in Cali time. I was like, "Dude, you'll never guess what happened." He's like, "Well," I was like, "I'm in the fucking," and I tell him the story. He goes, "Fucking redheaded Philip?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "We beat him up and took a skateboard." I was like, "That's what happened." And I was like, "Oh."
And I thought he was about to beat me up.
Yeah. I thought I was about to get my ass whooped by him and his brother in the fucking thing. But I had run into him. I ran into him in the tap room one night after that, and everything was cool. But I was like, "Fuck, man, whatever I did, that fucking stuck with that dude, man. Fucking doing dumb shit."
When's the last time you've been in a fight?
I probably deserve one. No, probably couldn't tell you. Which is good. I don't want to be in a fight.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking about that because I was like, when's the last time I've been in a fight? Like, because I don't know that I can just have a fight anymore.
I mean, I was fighting with myself the other night. You know what I'm saying? Oh wait, wrong podcast.
Want to know about your weird sex
so
podcast, by the way.
Check this out. Let me
hold on. I don't want to know about your weird sex podcast. Don't go into your OnlyFans account, bro. Nobody wants to go there.
Trust me, nobody does.
It costs you money.
No, I would never start an OnlyFans. But no. What grade were you in when you had your first girlfriend?
What I would call my first girlfriend? I'd like sixth grade, I would say.
Okay.
But like, I think before then I had like maybe somebody who I like said I was girlfriend, but it like lasted a class or something like that.
Well,
you
see, that's
know?
what I was going to get at because in elementary school, for instance, if you dated a week, man, you guys might as well have been married. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like, whoa, you guys are fucking together a week. There's this girl that me and Lloyd both messed around with, and we talked about this one night. Her name was Chastity, and she was like fine, like fine. Like for fifth grader, we're like, damn, she's like the finest girl we had. You know what I'm saying? And then I seen her later in life because he told me that he had gotten contact with her as well. This was like
She
when
peaked
we're
in fifth grade.
no, like she was fine. Like he's like when she's probably like 27, 28 when I reconnected with him and he was showing me pictures of her. I was like, whoa, like she still looks good. She was Hispanic.
Just want to
But
point out that you and Lloyd are what they now call stalkers. That's
no,
that's called.
but we're all like he's still friend. Let me finish the story real quick.
Stalker.
And they're still friends to this day. I haven't talked to her, but he's still friends with her, because they still
She's like in the friend zone. He's just waiting.
Oh, they're both married with kids and shit,
Just in case. Emergency.
So
plan.
anywho,
Woo!
so it was funny because like I
remember
remember we're me and her were like I got to date her, I guess you'd say. And so she calls me up. She's like, "Hey, you want to come over?" I'm like, "Okay." So I go over there, ride my bike over there, and then we go walking through the sand dunes because the beach is right there. Walking through the sand dunes, and she goes, "Okay," because your kids, and she's like, "Here we are." And then we lean over and we kissed, and that was that. And then we didn't date after that. We were together after that.
Oh.
We lasted, I think, like 5 or 6 days. Lloyd got 8 days.
Wait, what? So is that who you're calling your first official girlfriend?
No, I had this when I was in kindergarten. I dated this.
You're taking it way back. I can't even remember that.
I have a good memory of everything, but and this chick now, which she now is, I think, what's the saying from Chasing Amy? Just need some serious deep dicking, because now she's a lesbian. But no, me and her, I had found a box full of fucking pictures from like elementary school.
So your first girlfriend,
her name was Shannon. Yeah.
You turned her a lesbian.
Yeah, I guess so. That's whatever.
I mean,
look at me. I'd turn anybody a lesbian. You know what I'm saying?
I believe I have several ex-girlfriends who are gay now. Yeah. I mean, who then?
Yeah. I mean, we didn't know. Maybe
maybe they were gay then, and like if that's the case, like I feel horrible that like they had to like go through this.
Yeah, well, maybe they turned you and who you are, But no, 6th grade, I guess you could say, was my like real like girlfriend. Could we date like 3 months? And because I had to move to Germany.
Grade, that was my.
Yeah. I was in 6th grade.
And that was the first, like, I consider the first girl I kissed.
Well, same thing, because like me and her, like I was in 6th grade, she was in 8th grade, and all the skater dudes would hang out.
Lady.
Me and all the skater dudes, we had a skateboard club where all the skaters would go hang out at lunch, and we watched all the Bones Brigade movies and shit.
Draw pictures of skateboards.
Yeah, exactly. We would do that. Anywho, so Lloyd again was dating her friend, and they would all come out and hang out in the classroom with us. Like the girls would hang out in the back, the guys be in the front. Well, they kept saying, "Hey, that Amanda was her name. She likes you." I'm like, "Oh, whatever, man." Then we all go to the dance, because everything happens at the dance, So we go to the dance, and she comes up to me, and we start dancing, and then we go walking to school because it was at the school, and that was when we did our first kiss, and it was like at the school. And then, like you said, that's probably the first person I would consider my first girlfriend and my first kiss, all that shit. 6th grade. It was good times.
6th grade. Yep.
Yeah.
First kiss at the movie theater, but not like in the movie, like outside, like maybe trying to walk in or before we were leaving. It was very awkward. It was very forced on my part. She was taller than me, so tiptoes. Wait, what? On this
somebody was taller than you?
Dude, I was short until like I was 16, I think.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because I mean, your mom's tall. Your dad's not much. Not I mean, he's tall, but not as tall as your mom.
Yeah, my dad's like 5'10", my mom's 5'11", but you know, my dad's had surgeries and crazy back
Your dad, yeah,
helicopter accident. So he's probably compressed a lot
yeah.
more than most. But you met my grandfather.
Oh yeah.
He was tall. He was 6'1".
Do you remember your first French kiss?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it was the most awkwardest thing ever.
This was an older girl and she knew what she wanted.
Yeah.
She
So
knew
it
what
was
she wanted and then yeah.
yeah. Same with me. That was that same chick, and I was just like, this girl knows what's up. I have a yearbook still, and because I wanted to see what
I
I
have
looked
no
like back
idea
then.
if I'm sure my parents probably kept mine when they moved.
Mm, yeah.
I don't know. Shelly was with them when they moved, so she kept certain things. But like
Gotcha.
she kept like stuff from like art school, like silly Rob art school projects.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Um.
so yeah, what was your yearbook? Sorry.
No. I had looked myself up in that yearbook, and I was like, holy shit, man. I had like the I was dressed in like I dressed like a new wave skater dude. Like I had like the yellow and black striped button up shirt, and my hair was like shaved on the sides, and I'll have to show you the picture. Like, um, basically what you would expect I would look like being a skater in California at that time, because California skaters and East Coast skaters were two different looks, because
Yeah, bruh.
California skaters kind of look like the surf dudes because California everything's bright and shit.
And you had this. You had this on your this was your hair, by
No,
the way.
I didn't have that part yet. I wish I did. That'd be kind of cool.
You didn't have that?
Nah,
You
the
didn't have
Tony
the
Hawk.
Tony Hawk?
Yeah, that's funny. When did you get your first skateboard?
I had like a Veriflex or something. You
Mhm.
like when
See,
I
it's
was
okay
real
to
young.
me. To me, Veriflex or Veriflex or Nash or those were like all the generic cheapo boards that you would buy at like Kmart and shit.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I my first skateboard was a Nash, because that's what my parents were like. Oh, you're getting a Nash, but I was like, no, I don't want this fucking Nash. You know what I'm saying? So I saved up my money and I went down to the local skate shop and I got me a Kevin Staub board. It was a Kevin Staub. It had a pirate on it. Um, but before that, I had a hand-me-down deck that a buddy of mine gave me, and it was the Tony Hawk deck. I
Mm-hmm.
know it sounds like it's Tony, but it was the actual Tony Hawk deck. But his brother had cut the grip tape on the front to look just like the undercarriage of the board. So it was pretty cool. It's like the white part was like the clear grip tape, and it was pretty rad. That was my first board. And then I ended up getting the Kevin Staub board, and I had that till I moved to Germany. But we used to have a half pipe down the street, and in the backyard, which I can't believe they let us have that on a military base, like doing that in housing. But they did.
Late 80s.
Yeah, mhm.
Yeah, they
Mid to late '80s.
yeah.
But we didn't know this. But his dad kept getting letters, but
Oh, really?
he didn't think nothing of these letters. He just tossed them because they were from the housing thing. So he just threw them away or whatever. That's what his son said. But so we built this ramp and we would skate it. And we had like underneath it was like a clubhouse type thing where we would sit and hang out. We had extension cord ramp from his bedroom underneath the ramp. There was a TV in there and a VCR, and we would watch skate videos. We stayed the night in there one time, and this was my first experience with smoking weed. Was
Oh,
in there.
if there's quotes.
Yeah, it was like I think I was in fourth grade, maybe fifth grade.
Wow.
4th grade.
Fuck, man, you got at it early.
So, but we didn't know. So we got grass because that's what it was called. And
Okay. All right.
and
All
got
right. I see what happened here.
and got some binder paper, rolled it up, and smoked it. We didn't smoke it too far, because we were like, what the fuck? And then his older brother came. He's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? We're like, we're smoking grass. He's like, you fucking idiots. That's not what that is. It's weed. And we're like, we gotta get weeds. Oh, yeah.
When's the first time you ever like bought weed? Like real weed, not like your
7th
And
grade.
if you're on are you comfortable talking about this? I don't know, I guess.
7th grade, maybe.
Okay.
Hashish. It was hash
Where were you at?
in Germany.
Oh, okay.
Because I lived in Germany. So I went to half my 6th grade year in California. Then
Das Boot.
So in Germany,
That's all
so
I got.
in California, it was like, K through 5 is elementary school.
Mhm.
And then 6th through 8th grade is middle school. But when I went to Germany, 6th grade was in elementary school. So I went from,
Okay.
elementary to middle to elementary back to middle. But anyway, but when I got into middle school, I started skating again, because I quit for a year or two. And then, I guess not really, not even 2 years, just like a year. But anywho, had started hanging out with these skaters. They're older kids, like
The bad kids.
ninth and 10th graders that lived on the base where I worked at the pizza parlor. And there's actually a video of me stoned as fuck, fucking serving pizza.
7th grade?
Yeah, I was working at the Anthony's Pizza. Anthony's Pizza / Baskin and Robbins. There's a video, and I think Lewis has the video somewhere, because it's his brother was videotaping, and then he's out there. They're eating pizza. They're like, ugh, and then they're like, oh, look, it's Russ, and I'm like, hey, making pizzas. Yeah.
How old are you in 7th grade?
See, I never know ages.
So
all right. So say fifth, say 5. You're about 5 years old in kindergarten.
Well, 5th grade, you're 10.
Okay, so you're like
6th grade, 11. 7th grade, 12. You were working when you were 12.
I was 13 at that time. I started. I was a year late, so I was 13.
Okay.
But I mean, it was your parents could be like, yeah, he can get a job type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I was making,
Is that because it was you're on post?
Yeah. I mean, 7th, 8th grade, I worked for Anthony's Pizza. And then during the summer of that 7th, 8th grade year, I was working at the shop bed as a stalker. I would stalk the shelves in the morning.
Stalker. STOCK.
No. I was stalking the shelves. No. So anyway, yeah, I did that. And then during the school year, I would bag groceries at the shop bed, making, because you bag groceries and shit. Mm-hmm. Oh, mad tips, bro. Mad tips. Like, because the base was tiny as fuck. So like you can walk from the back gate to the front gate in 10 minutes, and then there's like behind the shop bed, there's only one shop bed on the whole base. Mm-hmm. And so everybody knew everybody knew everybody on base, So behind the shop bed were all the barracks and shit were, and the headquarter buildings for like all the different units and whatever. So all the soldiers would come in, man, they would just tip us fat, dude. Tip us fat. Tip us good. Like, especially on the holidays, man. You walk out there with some change. Literally change, because you had like a fucking country crock thing with a lid cut into it, and they would drop,
nice.
The change in it. But I use that money to go buy CDs and stuff. Anywho, that's when I was like seventh grade. First time I bought hash. But then I didn't buy it again until later, late in life. Someone was like, hey, you want some? I'm like, yeah, I'll take some. And I think I smoked.
And then when did you buy it after that?
Man, maybe 9th, 10th grade-ish. 10th grade. No, it was 10th grade, because when I came back to the States. So 10th grade.
Yeah, 10th grade is when I bought it. And I'm still, to this day, I'm not sure if it was weed or if it was like oregano or whatever.
Well, yeah, same thing. But me and my buddy Mike, who lives in Thailand now, and my buddy Thor, who lived in Denver until he passed a couple years ago. And we all chipped in, and then Mike went and got it, and then brought it back, and then we smoked and shit. We got high as fuck, and then we did naughty things on base that we shouldn't have done. We won't go into that stories.
I bought some pot from a kid at this was the first part because I went to Clarksville Academy.
How long did you go there?
Just one semester, the first half of the year, like fall, and then I just did not like it. But I bought some weed from, or what I thought was weed, and then went over to this kid's house, stayed the night with him or whatever. His parents like went out. I'm not gonna call him out because we basically this was the only time we ever like hung out ever.
Mm-hmm.
And then we tried to smoke some weed with like Bible paper.
Oh, nice.
And
the old Bible paper trick.
Neither of us got high. All right. I think maybe he said he did, but like I didn't. But I also probably didn't inhale. I didn't know.
Well, the first time I
didn't smoke cigarettes at that point in time.
Yeah. Well, the fucked up thing is the first time I got high, the old man comes and picks me up from work. Right. So I'm like, I had to take, I had another shirt on. I'm like all freaking out. I'm freaking out because I'm fucking geeking. And he wants to tell me that he's going to Desert Storm. And I was like, I fucking didn't know what the fuck to say because I was just high. And then he wants to tell me this. He's like, you're going to have to be the man of the house while I'm gone. And I'm just like, fucking just really freaking out at this point because like I'm high. He's telling me this shit. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to say? I remember coming home and going straight to my fucking room, dude, and then just laid in my fucking bed. Probably listen to fucking Skid Row or something. And it's like
18 life.
Yeah, and it's going no. Yeah, it was fucking weird.
I've had the conversations with my parents on drugs.
Oh, I've had all
Do
kinds
not recommend. Do not recommend.
Yeah. Remember going to Marilyn Manson and I was selling pink ecstasy?
I remember going to Marilyn Manson.
No, it wasn't Marilyn Manson, or was it Green Day? It was Green Day. I was selling pink ecstasy, and all it was, I was telling people it was pink ecstasy, and it was Pepto-Bismol.
I went to Green Day with Jeff.
I know, and I went with Brian Witherspoon.
John's truck.
We told that story on one of our podcasts.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, fucking selling pink, selling Pepto-Bismol to fucking random fucking people. Tell them it's pink ecstasy.
Didn't we put something in it though? I don't know.
It was 96, bro.
I was 18. Don't be. I was.
In life, you got it.
I was not 96. It was not 96 because.
Guarantee you it was 96. 95. 95.
Thank you. I was a minor.
Okay, and selling Pepto-Bismol is not a crime.
It probably is. There's probably there's probably some crime wrapped up into that.
Yeah, I mean, in 18 in life, you got it, man.
Skid Row.
November 25th, 1995.
November 25th, 1995.
So I was 20. Wow.
You were 20?
95, I turned 20.
Oh, and then that was right after your birthday. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was 17.
No, you would have been 18, right?
No. No, I'm 96 is when I turned 18.
Oh. Yeah. So yeah. Well, how the fuck? Really?
What, 96?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was born in 1978. We already established this.
Damn, dude.
Got a timeline. You have it like on Post-its above your monitor.
That's crazy then. Yeah, anywho. So yeah, So anyway, yep, that was Green Day, 1995. Yeah,
So
me and Brian tried to sneak down into the general mission area, and we jumped down to the lower.
that's what we did.
And then I know, I think we were with you guys, but we got caught because I think Brian or me or somebody fucked it up, and we had to go back up to the top.
That's right, because we got down there.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna say, 95 Rob and Jeff, not smooth. So that means Russ and Brian really not smooth.
Fuck no. So hey, but it was good times back then. That's crazy because like I've known him for 30 years. Wow. We have me and him, we had the same birthday. Same year, everything.
November 7th, 1975.
Mm-hmm. That was a good and bad year.
Do you also want to give out your mother's maiden name and maybe the last 4 of your social? Help some people out.
6472.
Hope that's not the last 4 of your social.
No, I just made that up.
Okay.
My
you're gonna listen to this later, and then you're gonna be like, "Shit, I didn't make that up. That is the last 4 of my social."
It's a password to all my accounts too. It is Big Mac 47
_17. Just you got to have an underscore in there because they make you do that now.
Equal sign. No,
right, Russ.
Go ahead.
No, go for it.
I don't know what I was gonna say. But anywho, but yeah, man, school was some good times, man. I mean, I can go on more and more about school shit that I've done, but we don't have enough time for that. I got stupid shit that I've done.
We got plenty more weeks to talk about all the stupid shit that Russ has done, and then
I did a lot of stupid shit when I was in school. Not so much when I was out of school. Okay, yeah, I guess I've done something, but not a whole lot. Nothing crazy. More when I was a kid, like calling the fire department.
What did you call them?
Whatever I wanted. Like, hey, fuckers. No, we called 911. We called 911. Me and my buddies. We called 911 and said the library on base was on fire.
I think you've like done a local offense and a federal offense, and was it on base?
Here's the fucked up thing. Yeah, it was on base.
Oh yeah, it was totally a federal offense.
Here's the fucked up thing, or how stupid we were.
Hey, there's no statute of limitations on that, bro. You're just confessing.
Anyway, we called from the phone at the library out front, the payphone. And the guy comes because they didn't. The alarm never went off in the fucking library. We weren't thinking that shit. The alarm never went off.
Keep talking. I'm gonna turn my camera off for a second.
So they send the what's the person that comes before anybody else?
I don't know. The person.
Well, anyway, they sent it was like a little fucking SUV shows up. Like we see the lights going. We're like, oh fuck, we didn't hear no sirens. So we had to take off through the fucking woods and get through the neighborhood, and then we came back around by my house, and then there's fucking fire trucks and all kinds of shit. We're watching it from a hill, and like, what the fuck? And then we're sitting there, and the police come by, and they're like, "You seen anybody around here?" And we're like, "No." I'm fucking nervous as fuck, man. Like, we're stupid.
And you're not stupid anymore.
Sure we are. I mean, I wouldn't do that shit now.
I hope not. Keep talking.
I mean, well, I don't know. But yeah, they're stupid shit, man. Never do that shit, kids. But I don't know. What's the most craziest? I mean, we've already asked that question. When did you leave high school? 11th grade, 12th grade?
12th grade, like right before. Sorry. Like right before I should have like graduated that last semester or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, 17. I would, if I wouldn't have moved, I would have left. I would have left before my senior year, I wouldn't have gone back. Well, I wasn't able to go back. I had to, when we were on our way here, the school board, our mail was forwarded and it went to my stepdad's mom's house, and it was from the school system. And it was like, hey, Russ has missed this many days.
Delinquent.
If he wants to come back to school, I think I actually still have the note. If he wants to come back to school, you have to, write a paper or come in front of the school board and plead a case on why we should accept him back because, blah, blah, blah.
Delinquent.
My mom was like, what is this? And I was like, yup. That was me. Didn't go to school. It did catch up to me, but it didn't catch up to me then when I was skipping this shit.
But they finally got me.
I remember we used to skip school and go to my buddy's house, and he had a drum set. We could play drums and shit. They were like the older rocker dudes, and I was like the younger one. So I'd go hang out with those guys. We went and saw Danzig together.
I remember like hanging out with someone who was over 18 at the time, like hanging out when I would skip school, hanging out with him, learning a lot about just movies, watching movies, and just talking. And there was a lot of valuable stuff that happened when I skipped school. That
all I did when I skipped school was smoke weed. And then
I did that, but not all the time.
Smoke weed or go to the radio station or go hang out at my buddy's house or go to Santa Cruz or just do whatever. Because, I would leave in the morning for school and either come back by, before dinner, or I'd go to the radio station and call and be like, hey, I'm at the radio station. And then I'd get a ride back from one of the guys from the radio station. I'd get home at random times, I'd get home sometimes at 8 o'clock at night, or they'd drop me off at 10 o'clock and they couldn't get on base. So I would just walk from the visitors section and walked. Yeah, I would walk to my house, which was only probably 30 minute walk. And then get home, take a shower, and go to sleep, and then wake up, go to school. Well, go somewhere. But I would go to school because I would go to the classes I liked. Like I'd go to guitar class or drafting class or ceramics class, electronics, wood shop, the cool shop. Those. I would go to those classes. Those are fun. Ceramics was pretty cool. I mean, I say ceramics, but I guess more like plastics. I guess you'd say, because you'd make stuff like molds, and then you'd pour the plastic in there, and then you'd peel
like
off
mold making and stuff.
Yeah, so you'd be like people making fucking fists and shit and whatever, And electronics, I learned how to make. I made a doorbell, made a fucking siren that you would move something and be like, and you put the little thing back over.
We didn't have any cool shit like that. We had that like in middle school. We had we learned a little stuff like units.
Yeah, I had wood shop. I made a clock. I still got the clock. It still works. I made something and it still works. Wood shop was cool.
See, I wish I would have taken more of that kind of stuff. I mean, I went to art school, so like you have to learn that was, like been working on, Shelly's car and building stuff. And
I didn't take.
Somebody's like, how did you learn how to do that? I'm like, I went to art school. Like,
I never learned how to work on cars. I mean, I know some things just because, working with my dad for the summer one time, but, that sounds like a movie. When I worked with my dad for the summer. But no, you see all the low riders would come into the automotive class, and that people would be doing their car work and shit, man.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty cool, man. There was one dude, man. He had this VW bus that was just dropped and slammed. It was fucking beautiful. I think it was the coolest fucking VW I've ever seen. But yeah, no, drafting class was cool. I mean, it was the old school, and you had the fucking paper and shit, and you had the T square and the fucking protractors. And I made a cool little house, but it's like, oh, they're like, make your ideal home. I mean, my ideal home was 3 bedrooms with 2 bay windows in the front, a porch. But the porch, the way I built it, it wouldn't have
was
fitted.
Was it structurally sound, Russ?
No. I didn't know what I was doing. I thought I did, but it was cool. It was a cool class, though, man. Really cool. cool class. And then I took it here in Clarksville.
You did?
I took it for
I wanted to take that, and something happened where I couldn't. I don't know.
I only took a couple classes when I was here. I took English, math, and economics, which I had your cousin in,
Oh, okay.
which she had her broken leg. But and then after that, I went to vocational. That's when Clarksville had the vocational courses over there at Northwest.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I started out taking electronics there, and then I switched it to metal shop, and that's where because that's when I met Dave, and Dave was like, "Nah, man, we gotta go metal shop." So I went to metal shop, man, and learned how to use lathes and all that welding and shit. Welding's cool, I learned how to use all that shit. I wish I would have actually pursued that when I got out of high school because I really enjoyed it. It was really cool to do. TIG welding, arc welding, MIG weld, all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then me and Dave were making shit like making fucking pegs, and then he would go and sell. He would sell them and shit. That was some of us would make pipes.
For what? For what?
To smoke weed in the stairwell and the stairwell at the vocational center.
Have you welded? You haven't welded since then?
No, but John, my neighbor, he just bought a welder, so I want to try to learn again, just for fun.
I have one. What did I buy it for? Oh, I bought some shelves, and I needed to cut them down because they were very expensive, like nice shelves for a shed, but my shed wasn't tall enough. But it was almost tall enough. So I fucking cut them, ground them down, and then welded them back together. So,
I mean, you did it. They haven't fallen apart.
No. But when I moved to Florida.
Is it sloppy?
My welds are sloppy. Yeah.
They're not really nice.
No, but so I've only done like stick welding, and this is like stick metal, or electric. Have you ever done flux core welding?
What's that one? No.
Where it has the flux in there, and you like press a little button. And
yeah. It's like like the circle with like the little yeah. I did that, and I sucked at that at first because I would always, and then it would get stuck, and then I'd be like this long fucking piece of metal be hanging out there. Yeah. I didn't really do that as well. I remember there was like 3 stations that we had with the curtains, and then we had our jackets and shit.
I'll probably end up getting one, like a flux core welder when we get to Florida, depending on what I end up building the studio out of.
Flux core, man. That's what kind of music you play, flux core.
I'm in the flux core.
Yeah, bro.
Speaking of music, you got any recommendations?
Is it my turn?
I don't know. Let's just both. I don't know.
All right. Well, I'm going to say
something.
I'm actually going to recommend today. I am going to recommend because I heard it today a few times. I mentioned it to Blondie today, and he doesn't know how he feels about it yet. I dig it, but I'm going to go with the new Tyler the Creator record.
I listened to it today. Actually,
I think it's really good.
Yeah.
Chromacopia. I listened to it like 3 times. I enjoy it, so check that album out. And he was smart to drop it yesterday because everybody else dropped on all their records on Fridays, and he drops his on Monday.
Huh.
Good thinking. But it's a great record. I enjoyed it. What about you?
So I got 2. There's a new mixtape. R.L. Grime dropped his new Halloween 13. The end. It's the final mixtape. If you've ever listened to his Halloween mixtape series. But I revisited Siamese Dream today.
Phenomenal.
I always say that Melancholy is what I consider a perfect record.
Oh, for sure. But they're both perfect records.
No, there's something to Siamese Dream that's just not. I wouldn't consider it a perfect record, but It's just it was perfect for the time.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I don't think it's as timeless as Melancholy, at least for me.
Okay.
But I think Siamese Dream was perfect embodiment of the time that it came out.
Okay.
Which what, 94 probably?
93, 94, yeah. 'Cause I remember listening to it in Alex Wooten's car on the way to school, and I didn't really listen to it yet because I hadn't listened to that. I was still listening to Gish, and he was like, "Dude, you gotta check out this fucking song, Space Boy, dude." And I'm like, "Okay." You know, because Mayonnaise is the one that that on there is good. That whole album, I think that whole album is great. But Space Boy is like, "Space Boy, I kill you." That's not how he sounds, but you know. But what was the so those are your two albums, okay? Seen any cool movies?
So I have a movie that came out that I watched the first time that came out in 1994.
Really? What was that? You've never seen it till now.
Never seen it, and I'm gonna let people in on a little secret. It's the first Nightmare on Elm Street I've ever seen.
Okay.
But
you've never seen any Nightmare on Elm Street?
No, I have seen parts of Freddy versus Jason because I was working at the theater and I had to walk in and like check on it. But no, I have seen the Nightmare on Elm Street TV show. Like,
yeah,
there was a Freddy. I watched that, but I had never seen any of them. But I saw Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Okay.
Last night, first time, but it was also the first one, which is probably the worst entry into.
You got to start with the first one, really. I mean, I know you.
I'm going to go back. This was
Johnny Depp's first was in there, first movie. You know.
Yeah, Shelly will watch it. So
Dream Warriors.
Yeah, so last night, I was hanging out with Jim all day, and then last night, Shelly was like, "Do you want to?" She's like, "Can we go to dinner?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "But I'm gonna wait till 8. I'll leave at 8." And then I was like, I always check the movies because, she's been home all day, and like we have that movie pass.
Yeah,
and if we're going out to eat, we can eat at the movie theater. It's about the same price, and then we're not paying for the movie really. And it's dinner and a movie, and that's like my perfect date. That's literally how I dated almost every girl ever. That's just what it is. But she was like, "Yeah, what is it about?" And I was like, "I've never seen it, so I have no idea. But at one time I heard he decided to do that, and then that gave him the inspiration to write Scream. Don't know if there's any truth to it." And she's like, "Really?" And I was like, "I don't know." So I Googled it, and yeah, I was pretty close. There was like, people were calling it like the prequel, the spiritual prequel to Scream, and if you've seen it, then and you've seen Scream, and if you've seen them close together, then yeah, definitely.
When did that come out? 96?
Scream 94.
No, when did Scream come out?
96.
Okay. Oh, so that's why I said 96. Okay.
Oh,
so
yeah, sorry.
All right. So yeah, okay.
But I would definitely recommend that if you've never seen it. I think it's a weird entry into probably the franchise, but for someone who is a fan of culture and pop culture, like there's no reason I shouldn't have ever seen it. I just don't like horror movies that much. Like,
I mean,
none
I
of
get
that
it.
shit scares me. The first thing that ever like scared me was like Saw, because like I feel that could happen. And then like the scariest movie I've ever seen is The Strangers. I don't know if you ever saw that. Like,
I don't know. Wait, Saw, is that the one where you got Dr. Phil in there and Shaquille O'Neal and they're tried up in the basement? Is that one, or was that Saw?
What in the fuck are you talking about?
So Saw, Shaquille O'Neal is like tied, like he has like he's handcuffed to the radiator by his ankle, and then Dr. Phil's on the other side of the room, and he's like
Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I'm gonna say two movies. One, I watched this the other night, and I think it's a good movie. It's fucking weird, but it's really good. I think it's done really well. Just in the, like the artistic way it was done. But
I know
long,
what you're about to say.
I'm gonna no, I'm gonna I'm not go, I'm going with Long Legs.
Oh, okay. That's not what I thought you were gonna say.
You thought I was gonna say Substance.
Uh-huh.
That's my next movie,
Okay.
and I really like the way that movie was done as well. It's kind of fucked up though that's kind of like the way that if you watch that movie, it's kind of like it is reality on how I'm sure they get treated in the Hollywood world. You know, like you got to be look like this to be picked for a certain role. You know, and that's what I feel like. I feel like that movie hits it on the head. You know. But that was a fucked up movie. I texted you. All I texted you was like, "What the fuck?" It's like, and you knew where I was at, you know.
Dude,
but that
I told you Shelly and I went and saw it, and we were just like, we're like looking at each other, and like, thankfully we'd finished our meal at that point.
bruh, I lost my appetite and was not even hungry after I watched that motherfucker. But good movie. Long Legs fucked me up because I was just weird as shit the whole time. I knew it was Nicolas Cage, but I didn't know it was Nicolas Cage because he played that character so fucking well. When at the beginning, and if you haven't seen the movie, I'm sorry, I'm fucking saying this shit. I'm sorry, wait, spoiler alert. When he walks up, that little girl, I thought it was a woman. I thought it was an old woman.
It wasn't.
It was fucking Nicolas Cage. Like he
It was
played that
old
character.
Saint Nick, bro.
Man, it was so good, so good. So that's what I'm gonna go with those two. And the Tyler the Creator Chromacopia.
Okay. All right. Did you
Sticky is my jam on that album, by the way.
Oh, okay. You know what? I had it just like on the headphones when I was working and on some stuff and didn't even look at the titles.
Go ahead.
I'll listen to it again. Yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
You're good. You're good. You're good. The reason why that's my jam though, because Lil Wayne's on that song too.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Oh, I was talking about Long Legs and
which I don't have.
You don't. What's your favorite Nick Cage movie?
I already know where you're going. My favorite Nick Cage movie.
What do you? When am I going?
The best movie ever. I'm gonna go. My Nick Cage movie that I'm gonna say is my favorite one. Is Gone in 60 Seconds. I would say.
Oh, okay. Wait, what do you think is my favorite?
8mm.
No, it's not my favorite Nick Cage movie. So it's funny because one of my favorite movies Nick Cage is in.
What?
But it's not my favorite Nick Cage movie.
Wait, your favorite Nick Cage movie is a movie with Nick Cage it's
No, one of my favorite like top 10
okay.
all-time favorite movies. Nick Cage is actually technically in it. But
is he not Nicolas Cage in it? Is he Nicolas Coppola?
He is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what movie?
I can't think of it. It's
Fast Times.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Fast Times is one of my favorite movies. Just like ensemble, teen melodrama, coming of age. It's got all the tales of a Rob Flattery murder mystery movie. But no, my favorite Nick Cage movie. Oh man, there's so many good ones.
Yeah.
The
Rock was good too.
Leaving Las Vegas, I'm gonna have to go with.
Yeah.
Like I think that, but like The Rock.
Yeah, that was a good movie too. I mean, the National Treasures were good too.
I fucking love National Treasures.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many good fucking Nick Cage movies. I think I said to somebody the other day, I think his movies he gets better and better with his movies the older he gets.
He kind of went through a weird phase. He went through a weird phase.
What's that movie that just came out a couple years back where he has to play himself and in other movies or
Oh
whatever.
yeah. We Shelly and I watched that. I don't know. There's also the one where it's on HBO Max right now. Where it's about people are dreaming about him.
Oh, that one was really good. I like that. That
What's
was really
the name
good.
of it? I can't think of it.
I don't know, but I know what you're talking about because I was like, oh, Nick Cage, and he didn't look like Nick Cage in the movie. He looked like he'd be like he wasn't he a teacher? Yeah. And I was like, let me watch this, and I'm like, what the fuck? Can you imagine though if you would be walking around and and people were fucking having dreams about you? I'd be excited.
Is the movie that Nick Cage played himself? Is that his big weird comeback? Because he was doing some suspect films there for a while, dude.
Well, what was that movie? The comeback movie?
I don't know.
Dream Scenario is the one you're talking about.
Right. Oh, that's right. You're a Googler.
We don't have that rule on here.
I know.
I don't remember the movie though with the we had to play itself. But what was the premise of that movie? Yeah,
I really don't remember.
Yeah. But no, Nick Cage, I mean, he did have some time, but every actor has their slump. I mean, look at Robert Downey. But then he's been nothing but banger since he's came back, I'm glad you fixed yourself, Mr. Robert. Oh, and yeah, so yeah, anywho. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Civil War now.
I don't know if I have an
Civil
answer.
War, period.
I don't know if I answer to that question.
So
because mine changes all the time.
Yeah, I mean, like Chasing Amy and like Pulp Fiction and Back to the Future. I've got a lot of them that are just
but those are like
there.
Yeah.
But right now, Civil War just feels.
What's one? All right, new. Is that the movie? Is that would that be the movie that you can just watch all the time? I know. Okay, there's a lot of movies out there.
Yeah, but there's a lot of meaning to it me. And not like parallel. Like, oh yeah, Rob thinks he's like this is gonna happen. No, it's like totally a different. It's like a mind. It's a mind map.
All right. Well, this has been fun.
It's been real. It's been fun.
It doesn't feel like
real fun.
It doesn't feel like it's been an hour and a half. It feels like it's been a lot longer.
Oh, burn. All right. Well, maybe the one person will double to two people. I don't know how many people will listen to this. I just kind of said that. But maybe people
next time I'll tell the story about me and Dan's trip to California.
Right arm Russ.
Because you know what? It's pretty interesting, and I've never told it to anybody before.
All right. Well, looking forward to it. All right, man. I'll see you next week. I'll see you before then, but we'll do this next week, I guess. All right, peace. Cha-cha.